Oh, yes, we're back again with another banger. Oh, yes, we're back again. As I promised you from my last video, I was going to do a double take that day, but I got caught up with some work. But here we are. It seems that the ladies' backs are against the wall. The drizzle movement it brings tears to my eyes. It makes me proud. Because if you notice in the last couple of years, you have so many movements in tandem with one another. The men in such movements, whichever one they choose to pick, they're too focused on their personal feelings and ideologies that they miss the bigger picture. You went from red pill to, I'm sorry, you went from MGTOW. I think then that kind of formulated into red pill and all of these other ideologies, purple pill, monk mode. Kevin Samuels, high value men. Now you got the drizzle, which is basically is a combination and an implementation of those various ideologies and mindsets that men identified with over the past couple of years, which was ultimately a counterattack to feminism. It was a counterattack against the Me Too movement. It was a counterattack against the gynocentric society that is being forced upon us, to where men, this out of nowhere, they just came up with this toxic masculinity, right? The country has been running smoothly, people are flourishing, but now we got toxic masculinity all of a sudden. You got people coming out with all of these allegations with zero to little proof other than hearsay. No physical evidence, no breadcrumbs that pretty much lead up in a lot of cases. When I say breadcrumbs, I'm meaning these are attempts to hold this person accountable. These are instances, police reports, videos, recordings, things of that nature. So what tended to happen was women was getting all of the attention and focus, whether it was from a moral support standpoint, whether you had women going through turmoil and you had women coming together versus the women that said we're not going to Cheesecake Factory, and the women that said we're not going to do wife responsibilities or wifely duties when I'm just in the boyfriend girlfriend stage. You had the women again thinking that they make all of the rules. So they want all of the power when it comes to sex, reproduction, and they also want all of the rules when it comes to dating, which is why they always come up with these phrases: sassy, narcissistic, toxic. Every year. Every year women come up with something new that hits the internet to, again, because they're trying to fight a battle as well. Every year it's a new word. And all of these women come out of the woodwork with these stories of the men that identify with these labels: the toxic, the narcissist. Every woman's man was a narcissist, right? You see how it works. So the drizzle movement, I'm not sure what the I'm not sure what her name is. I think she does a sprinkle, but she started pretty much some of the talking points that women try to adopt to put them in the driver's seat or keep them in the driver's seat of all relationships. She teaches you how to get a rich guy, a high value guy, teaches you how to get the most for less. But all of that has been met with such a movement as the drizzle to where it has expanded in just a quick period of time. And you got the women mad. The women are making the response videos, but the women are too arrogant and too naive to even notice that it is really just a parody and a parrot from what they say. Because you got to think of it in terms of this. And what chivalry is one thing. You know, you get a little privilege. I'm going to hold the door. I'm going to carry the heavy objects because I know, that's understandable. But they have pushed chivalry into, well, you got to make it so easy for me to leave you that it's just that. They want you to sign up to obligate yourself to take care of them financially, take them on these dates, give them this treatment without just out the gate. No kind of loyalty that she has to exchange, no kind of performance. No, she doesn't have to do anything but show up, right? And she gets the best of you. You have to make these things make sense, because what a lot of women tend to do is they bounce around relationship, guy to guy, seeing what's the bigger, better deal. So they'll have a good deal here, throw it back in the water. I'm gonna get something new. I'm gonna get something better, and then they don't get anything. They don't get something better. So, uh-oh, she has a dick she has to sit on, because it wasn't hitting like she thought, but she did it anyway. So he's a dud. So that's one body. She does this about 2 or 3 more times. Now she's frustrated because in her mind, the guys that she was able to select and pick and deal with, those options are not as abundant as they once were. So now she's piling up what I call dead bodies, which are bodies that she thought were going to be good from an intimacy level, from a sexual level, but they weren't not hitting like the last guy. So it's kind of like it doesn't work anyway. If you wear a 9.5, right? Let's play with this. You wear a 9 or a 10.5, and Shaq put your shoe on. That's you cannot wear that as if he did not put your shoe on. You see, it doesn't fit you anymore. So women are now going into those dead body spaces, and they get frustrated. So this is what influences having the standards as at day one. At day one, you're supposed to be XYZ to her, because in her mind, she's been through the fuck boys. She's done with the pookies. Now she wants a good man at 36 and 3 kids. Now she's ready to be faithful and give her best to you, right? Let me guess. Now she's going to be everything to you, but you notice when you hear the conversation, she does not indicate or hint at anything that you're going to benefit. It's all about what she expects of you. Well, ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, the Drizzle movement is here to it's going to neutralize that. See what happens. What is happening now? A lot of truths and revelations are coming to light. A lot of things that we were taught about, we were taught incorrectly. As far as the pursuing of women, that does not work. If you show me any guy that pursued women, I'm not talking about a pickup artist, which is a man who knows how to attract women. That's not the same as a guy who is constantly pursuing women. That's not the same. So what you end up running into is the natural order is being restored with the drizzle, because this is going to go further than what this internet is showing, because it's going to be we're currently in a stalemate where the women don't want to budge, and neither do the men. But the women don't understand that time is on our side, not yours. I'm sorry to tell you. I know you're looking at Ashanti being pregnant at 43. I know you're seeing these rich women who have access to all top-notch medical care that you don't. They have access to the top-notch OBGYNs and the neonatal nurses that you don't. I know you think that can be you, but it won't. See, what tends to happen with this celebrity era, they've opened the classroom up and everybody thinks they're the same because they can look the same. They can find out what the latest trends and fashions are, and they can go and buy them. They can find out what kind of bag Nicki Minaj is wearing, and they can purchase it or get someone else to purchase it because they just want the look. They want to get the look down pack, and they think everything else is going to fall in place. But the Drizzle movement is just a counter attack to the feminist movement, the Me Too movement. Men are now setting the pace as they should have been and using the women's talking points against them. My hair, you sent me $30 when you should have sent me $50 for the haircut. Now we're showing the women how foolish they look, and they're frustrated because they know they know this is going to stick. They know the Drizzle movement is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. It's pretty much one of the top 3, top maybe 5 trending talking hashtags on the internet. The Drizzle is coming in hot, and a lot of women, they don't understand what they've done. This is equivalent again to a obese child being able to eat everything and anything they wanted to for the last 10, 15 years. Now you take the nachos and the candy away and say, hey, You're gonna eat salads and fruits for the rest of from now until whenever. You're going to eat salads and fruits. That child is going to have an issue with that because they've been able to eat whatever they wanted to for so long, but now they're no longer making that candy that you love. So you have to eat. You have to have a balanced diet. You have to eat nutrition. You have to have nutritious foods, which may not taste as good as the Reese's or the ice cream, but they do. It is better for your body and your health. So that's all that's taking place with the drizzle movement. Women are now noticing that men have come to a breaking point and say, okay, we're just going to play their game and reverse the game. It's basic reverse psychology. Let me show you. Let me pull a you on you. Because again, going back to the chivalry is one thing, but where did this privileged mindset to where you have to do all of this? $30 is not lunch money. I don't go to the Cheesecake Factory. I don't do this. I don't do that. The internet has poisoned them, and again, it'll be them to correct it. But the drizzle movement, and it was another guy, was a lobster and pasta boys. It was something I've come across of I heard, which is I guess is another group of men who are requesting nothing but the best treatment from the women. So what the men ultimately are saying is either you come with your A game or I come with no game. And you're going to have a lot of women that's going to buckle down because time is of the essence. Time is of the essence, and women can, again, we can play the game, but it's about endurance. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So some women are going to lose this marathon race because they entered the race too late in the game. See, hoeing is what people don't understand about hoeing, the hoe culture. It is a default to abandoning morality. I'll say that again. The hoe culture is a result of abandoning a moral code of ethics, values. And what women tend to do once they get into this culture, they know that they feel deep down that they have already messed up to the point of no return, so they might as well ride it out and get the best dick they can, all while trying to siphon other benefits that may come with said guy. But most of them know hoeing is going to be the only way they're going to be able to interact with men. That is going to be the only reason and the only option that men will deal with you is going to be from a sexual standpoint, unless there is supreme correction. But the women made this bed and now they have to lie in it, and it is a uncomfortable thing. But again, I always said this, when you have so much chaos, nature resets itself. Nature is going to always reset and correct, cleanse, and detoxify all impurities and get things back to a natural state until you have man doing what man does and tamper with the laws of nature. They tamper with the minds of the masses, having them operate on low vibrations, getting low vibrational results. But this is where we are. The drizzle movement, fellas. You're doing a great job. I salute you. Keep doing what you're doing. The women, again, you made this bed and you will have to lie in it. But the game is back in our hands. Again, you guys, you keep doing the good work. I want to know your take on the drizzle. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's the Day Master.